Hello everybody, welcome to the mat, and thank you so much for joining me for today's stretch and flow class. We will move through a series of exercises to help you move your spine, move your body, feel good in your body, connect with your breath, and connect with your mind. Let's begin lying down flat on your back. Starting with yourself feeling your body on the mat and your hands on your ribs. Breathe in, feel your ribs expand. Exhale, feel them come together. Breathing in again, allowing them to open up. Exhaling, feel as your rib halves knit together in the middle. And just do a little bit of a scan of your body, noticing how it feels, noticing if you are holding tension anywhere, and allowing yourself to shed anything that you're bringing to your Pilates today that doesn't have a place or that doesn't need to be here. It will be there waiting when you're done. For now, just focus in on your body and your mind and your movement. Connecting now through your core. So on each inhale, your ribs expand. On each exhale, you draw your belly in, narrow at your waist, rib halves knit together. Get really involved. Inhale, fill yourself up. Exhale, drawing in. And as you continue to do this, notice if there is anything that wants to become tense or change in your body. And instead encourage it to relax. One more full breath here. And then take your hands down to your pelvis. The heels of your hands come to your ASIS bone, fingers towards your pubic bone. Find some mobility here. Posterior tilt your pelvis, imprinting it into the mat. Anterior tilt coming in the other direction. Now for the first few, allow yourself to get as dramatic and intentional as feels good for you. So if you want to get a real sense of rocking through your body, pressing forward and back, getting that deepness into your abdominals and that openness through your spine, then feel free to come through that to whatever extent feels good for you. Connecting with your breath. So you inhale as your ribs open and you anterior tilt. Exhale, draw everything in down to the middle. Posterior tilting, ribs together. Settling in now, just a pelvic movement. So your body is going to stay stable. Just moving through your pelvis. Feeling on the exhale that you get that pelvic floor connection, hamstring connection. And then finishing in your neutral pelvis. Hands down by your sides. Pressing one leg out. Exhale, drive it back in. Heel drags along the mat. Inhale, press. Exhale, heel comes towards your sits bone. Feeling that use of your hamstring and pelvic floor like we set up a second ago. Again, allow yourself to become intentional with this. Pressing your foot away like you're trying to push something with your toe, and then pulling it back like you're driving it through water. Relax through your thoracic spine, your shoulders, your neck. Come back to that core connection. Feeling now as this movement is flowing and moving through your body in whatever way it feels good for you. Last one here. And then leave your feet hip width apart. Articulating through your spine, posterior tilt, imprinting your spine, drawing your belly in as you come up into your bridge, and then articulate your way back down. So really get intentional now about the spinal articulation. That is the intention of this movement, to allow you to articulate through your spine. Feel how we're now integrating all these little pieces. So we did the pelvis movement and the connection to your center and your ribs and your hamstrings, and now we're essentially putting it all together through this exercise. Exhale as you come up, and then inhale at the top as you prepare, and exhale coming down, ribs draw in, thoracic spine touches down. Holding up on your next one. Dipping your hips side to side. So dropping your pelvis to one side and then over to the other side. Again, just encouraging this little bit of pelvic mobility here, getting connection, hamstring and glute. And then keep it neutral and stabilized. Drop it down evenly together and back up. So just small little dips down here. Feel when you press back up, hamstring and glute connect behind you. 3, 2. Last one. Now hold it up, bicycling your legs. So pressing down, bending, switching over. So you can imagine it's like you are riding a bicycle, pedaling. During this part, we are trying to keep your pelvis stable, not tipping from side to side. Pelvic floor connection, drawing in. One more on either side. And then leave your feet planted on the ground, articulate your way back down. Hug your knees into your chest, gently rocking from side to side, just giving that little bit of a pause. And then reach your arms up, legs out, lengthen out through your whole body. Notice how you can feel yourself be long, tall, strong on the mat. And then press your hamstrings into the mat. Tuck your chin towards your chest, peeling yourself up, coming through your roll up. Pressing through and bringing yourself back down. So again, allow yourself to flow through this. Find your core connecting to bring you up. Pressing, drawing your belly in, and then articulating your way back down. Feel that you can get really long on the mat when you're down. And then bringing yourself up with control. We're going to stay up on your next one. Continuing through now just as a spine stretch. So your feet and legs are going to stay about hip width apart. And then extend your arms out. Start with yourself sitting tall. Feel yourself grounded down into your sits bones. And then draw your belly in, rounding through your spine, stretching forward, and then sitting yourself back up. So again, continuing with that idea of articulation, flexion through your spine. And then restacking tall. See if you can still get work into your lumbar spine and not just in your thoracic. It is a challenge. The last one here. And then extending your arms out, coming through your spine twist. So leave yourself sitting tall through your pelvis, and then twist through your thoracic spine. Back to the center. Exhale, twist to the other side. So we're trying to think about this sense of coming up and then rotating. Just through the upper part, so your pelvis stays facing forward, separating this bottom half and top half. One more on this side. And then bringing yourself over onto your left side. Coming down with your head into your hand. Take a second and get some connection here through your center. So you're going to feel this little mouse hole underneath. Core connecting, bottom leg stays bent. Top leg lifts up parallel to the floor. and then sweeping it forward, pressing it back. Allow this movement to come from your center. As your leg sweeps forward, you exhale, draw your belly in, pelvis stays in the same spot, and then you press back, and you can get a little bit of hip extension, pressing back a little bit further behind you. Feeling here how you are completely in control of the movement at all times. So there's no kicking involved. You are driving your leg, connecting from your center. Make this your last one, and then bring it to parallel, external rotation, back to parallel. So rotate your femur in your hip socket. Just feel that mobility coming, so that we can, in a second, leave it in external rotation and do some really great movement there through your leg and through your hips. Leaving it in external rotation now, lift and lower. Now it doesn't matter how high up you can lift. What matters is that you are able to keep your pelvis stable and connect from your center to drive the movement. So again, keep checking in that little space underneath. Driving up, pressing through, being aware and in tune with your body and your breath. Last one there. And then bend both of your legs. They're going to come up to 90 degrees. Lift your top leg up parallel and then press it out long. Back to parallel, pressing out long. So really notice here if you want to do anything with your pelvis, any tucking of your tailbone under or too much pressing of your butt back behind you. Try to keep all of that stabilized. You've taken your neutral pelvis that we have flat on your back now, and we've turned you on your side. So really get aware of that in your body and see how it feels. Drive through your heel, pressing long. 3 more. 2. Last one. And then leave your legs both at 90 degrees, bringing them down together. Coming down now with your head coming down to the mat, you're going to come down on your side and stack your shoulders and your palms. Now if you have a pillow that you would like to grab for this, you can. Inhale, arm is going to come up. Exhale, rotating behind you, chest opener. So feel that your thoracic spine is twisting, not just that you're getting a pec stretch. Inhale back to the center. Exhale the rest of the way down. Let's do it again. Inhale, arm comes up. Exhale, connect to your core. Rotate through your thoracic spine. Opening up. Keep feeling that resistance. Shoulder blades squeezing together behind. And then return. Last one here. Inhale. Exhale. Draw your belly in, lift your pelvic floor. Keep feeling that you are working from your center to initiate this, like you're trying to present your sternum to the ceiling or to the sky. And then back through. Finishing here and then coming up onto your forearm. Check in that you're connected here, picking yourself up underneath. Top leg is going to be slightly in front of the bottom one. And then on your exhale, you're going to come up, folding over, lateral flexion, and then bringing yourself back down. Inhale to prepare. Exhale. Side bend. Feel that you're picking up from the bottom, rounding at the top, and then returning. You can also do this coming up or being up on your palm. Doesn't matter. The intention is lateral flexion and to find that strong connection from your core. Last one here. And then from there, bring coming up to your 4-point kneeling. So take a second and set yourself up. Find your palms underneath your shoulders, knees underneath your hips, spine is long. Exhale as you pull your belly up, tuck your tailbone under, rounding through your spine. And then inhale, extending through. So on each exhale, you're imagining that there is a string attached to your belly button that is pulling it up towards the ceiling. And on each inhale, you're imagining that you're trying to open your ribs towards the mat underneath. Pull your palms towards your knees, connecting through your shoulders. Again, get really intentional here with your breath. Use it to help you. Use it to slow down the movement as much as you need. One more set here. And then finding your neutral spine, opposite arm, opposite leg. Lift them up, pressing them away from each other. And then coming back down and switching over. Find that lateral stability in your pelvis, or that pelvic stability, I should say, that we had when you were lying on your back. When we were doing the hip or the butt work and we were doing your glute bridge. Same thing here. Pelvis stays stable, not tipping to one side. Arm and leg are extending away from each other to really have this sense of opposition and crossing over work underneath of you. Lengthening your neck, pressing through, driving. Last one here. And then leave your right hand on the mat. Left hand opens up to the side. And then threading it underneath. And you can come right underneath and allow your shoulder to rest on the mat here. Just as we open it up for this first one. And then picking yourself up, rotating open, and threading under. Rotating open, threading through. Placing that palm down, switching over to the other side. So opening yourself up, and then come through the really deep stretch. You can rest your shoulder right down onto the mat. And then return. Opening and twisting. Still feeling your core connecting underneath. Last one there. And then bringing your hands back down. Finding that stability now from your core. Flexing through your feet. Lifting one up, press, press, press. So think about again that pelvic stability. Lengthening out through your spine like someone is pulling on the crown of your head. Stabilizing through your shoulders, pressing your palms into the mat. 3, 2. Last one, now leave it there and then extend and bend. So your thigh is going to be up parallel to the floor or to the ground. And you're trying to come through this work for your knee. So flexion and extension at your knee. Feel that you drive your leg long, flexing through your quad. And then when you bend, it's like you're trying to pull your heel towards your sits bone with your hamstring. Three more here. 2. Last one. And then bringing it down. Switching over to the other side. Pressing up, holding there, small pulsing movements. Always being aware of what is happening underneath. So feel that you can pick your belly up, bring your ribs together, Connect your core, connect your breath, even as you're resisting against gravity here because you are facing down towards the floor. 3, 2, last one, hold your thigh parallel, extending and bend. Really stay focused and mindful and aware here. Even as it gets challenging, or as your butt starts to burn, or as your shoulders maybe get tired, really stay focused on the work. Come back to your breath. 3, 2, the last one, and then bringing it down. Take your legs out wide and press yourself back into your child's pose. Allow that really great opening there. Feel your shoulders release. Breathing deeply into your spine, and then exhaling. And then peeling yourself up. Bring your feet and legs both to the right side. That you're gonna have your knees bent in your Z-sit position. Start from sitting tall and then come down onto your left forearm and fold over to the side. Again, back to lateral flexion. Feel this really great work coming from the tips of your fingers here all the way down your side. Like you're trying to make that as long and arched as possible. And then unravel from there, other side. Stretching it across. So during the day, we typically don't do much lateral flexion for our spine coming to the side. We spend a lot of time up and down, forward and back. And it's really important to integrate this spinal movement to keep our spines healthy and to keep our body mobile. Let's do it again, coming over across. Feel this sense of folding underneath. And then from there, leave your left knee on the floor or on the ground. Bring your right leg all the way around. And then coming through a rotation, so you're gonna twist around, trying to grow yourself up tall towards the ceiling or towards the sky. And on each exhale, try to get a little bit deeper. Exhale, twist your ribs. Last one there, unraveling. And then flip everything over to the other side. So coming through, setting yourself up here now. Feel that you can stack your spine tall to start. And then come down onto your right forearm. Exhale, folding across. Breathing into this stretch and into this work of your spine. Be present in your body, present in your mind as you flip over to the other side. Get rid of those distracting thoughts. Remember that you left the things behind at the beginning for a reason. Keep giving yourself permission to do that. Each time a wandering thought comes in, acknowledge it and then let it be. You can be an observer of your thoughts. Flipping over one more here. Exhaling, breathing into it. And then from there, leave your right leg on the floor, crossing your left leg over and all the way around as you twist. So spinal rotation is another of the movements of the spine, really important to integrate. Thinking about this rotation like you're twisting through your ribs. And then releasing from there. Bring yourself all the way down onto your right side. Head into your hand. Bottom knee is bent. Feel this connection here into your core. Top leg straightens out. finding your work with your stable pelvis as you sweep forward and press back. Remembering here about the importance of your core connection. So on each exhale, ribs come in, belly button pulls away from your pants, pelvic floor lifts. You have this sense of narrowing at your waist. Everything is coming in together like you're being wrapped up in a corset. And if you forget sometimes, or if it's hard to get that, or if you're not sure, just keep practicing. Pilates is a practice. All this work is a practice. You will get there. It's even a practice for me. Open up across your hip flexor in the front. Allow your breath to help you. Last one here, and then hold it extended out long, external rotation. So when we externally and internally rotate, you are actually twisting your femur in your hip socket. So try to think about that being the movement that you're doing while your pelvis stays in the same spot. Hold it, externally rotate it, lift and lower. Now try not to have this just be a huge heave up of your leg. Try to allow that freedom of movement. Use your core to pull up and your hamstring here as you press back. Lots of work from your center. You need to always stay breathing, always stay connected, always stay focused. Last one. And then bringing both of your legs to 90 degrees. Top leg comes parallel to the floor, pressing back, pulling in. So really allow yourself to drive through your leg as it presses out. Feeling almost like there's energy that you're trying to drive out your heel or that you're trying to kick something away at the very end range. And you should feel that then work all the way up your posterior chain, calf, hamstring, into your butt. Let's go for 3, 2, last one. Excellent work. Now bring both of your legs together at 90 degrees. Bring yourself down. Shoulders are stacked, palms are stacked. Checking in that you have your core connected, pelvis is neutral, and then inhale, arm comes up. Exhale, use your core to rotate through your thoracic spine around. Imagine you're presenting your chest to the ceiling, not just dumping your arm back behind you. Returning back. Let's do it again. Inhale, arm comes up. Exhale as you finish around, and it doesn't matter how far back you can come, it's about feeling this sense of rotation through your thoracic spine. Inhale back to the top, exhale down. Last one now. Get involved. Find that last little bit that you can extract from this movement through your core. And then bringing yourself down, or your arm down. And then bring yourself all the way around onto your stomach. So we're going to start here on your stomach and spend some time doing some extension work. So if you need to come up off your stomach at any time for a little pause, feel free to do so. You can watch me and then you can begin because your face is going to be down towards the mat. So lengthen out your legs behind you. Palms are going to be right pretty much in line with your nose. Looking down at the mat. On your inhale, peeling yourself up. Pulling your palm, as you pull your palms towards your ribs. And then exhale, use your core to bring yourself back down. So I want you to really think about this coming from your thoracic spine, the part of your spine up between your shoulder blades. And therefore, you're not just pressing your hands in and hauling yourself up. You're really trying to get the connection from your spine as well as the work from your core underneath. So feel that you exhale and pick your belly button up off the mat. Pelvic floor lifts and return. Let's do one more here. Inhale, opening. Exhale. And then extend your arms out in front of you. Get some length here in your legs, and you're gonna have your legs come a little bit wider than they were before. And then you're gonna start with just the leg portion. So have one cheek on the mat, and then on your exhale, lift your legs up as you turn towards the mat, and then bring them down as you rotate around the other way. So your arms are just out here resting, nothing happening in your shoulders. Get everything relaxed. Inhale, a little bit of extension, lumbar extension, and then return. And then bring yourself to face towards the mat. Opposite arm, opposite leg. So you exhale, lift them, press them down. Add your head lift. Connecting from your core and imagining that someone is pulling your arm and leg up and then out. Going completely opposite. This is the same as we did a while ago in 4-point kneeling. So that sense of opposition across your body. Now you can stay here doing it exactly like this, or you can come into swimmer. So on your next one, exhale, lifting everything up, and then moving through. Keep breathing. Extending, lifting, and return. Very good. Let's press back into your child's pose for a second. Just to have a little bit of a reprieve here. That's lots of extension work. You can stay here for as long as you need to. We are going to come back to your stomach. So if you need to spend a little bit of extra time here, go for it. And then when you're ready, bring yourself down. Take your hands out so that they are a little bit back a little bit further than they were before. So not up by your nose, more down just in line with your shoulders. And then on your inhale, peel yourself up. And you can allow your forearms to start to float off the mat now as you come up into extension a little bit higher. Exhale, controlling yourself back down. Going again. Inhale. Peeling yourself up, ribs open. Exhale, controlling, and returning. Now I'm not actually pushing into my hands to get myself up here. They're there as support. So really find that work in your body. The last one. And then bring your hands so that you can come up and support yourself on your forearms. So you're going to be pressing into your forearms now, but feel that your core is engaged. Flexing your feet, single leg kick. Lift, pulse, and return. Kick, kick, and return. So facing forward, have your neck lengthened out. Control from your core. Really trying to feel your hamstring engaging here as you drive your heel towards your glute. Opening through your chest, checking in with your shoulders. Last one here. And then bring yourself up. Pressing back into your child's pose again. Just letting that release happen. And then come over onto your right side. Palm is going to be down into the mat, underneath your shoulder. The top leg is going to be in front of the bottom. And then lifting yourself up, exhaling, lateral flexion. Here's that gorgeous rainbow fold. And then bring yourself back down. So allow yourself to flow into this. You can do it on the forearm like we did on the other side, doesn't matter. Just allowing your body to come to whatever method of this feels best. Being mindful and aware of what you need, and especially what your shoulder is doing underneath here. Make this your last one. And then bring your hand down. You're going to be up now in your high plank. So find your plank, lengthen out, feel that fire in your abs, and then one leg lift, lower, lift, lower. So this is less of the stretchy part and more of the let's work a little bit part. So feel that you can fire yourself up. Feel that strength and that fire you're forming in your belly from your abs working. Spine is long, core is engaged. Last one here. And then bring yourself up into your pike. So bring yourself so that you can open through your shoulders. Heels are off the mat. Feel that movement through your spine, that reverse in direction, and then flow yourself back through. So let's flow through a couple of those. Exhale, bringing yourself up, lengthening through your legs, shoulders open. Inhale, return. Exhale, pressing up. It feels great to move your body. Find that strength. Last one here. And then bringing your knees down. Pressing back again into your child's pose. So take your knees a little bit wide. And then this time, once you're down there, walk your hands over to one side. Coming through some lateral flexion here from this position. And then coming back through the center and walking over to the other side. So just feeling that this arm here can reach and you can get that really deep lateral flexion on the side. And then bringing yourself back around. Come now so that you can bring your feet down to the end of the mat. Lengthening your legs out, reaching forward. And then roll yourself all the way down to be flat on the mat. Take a second to fix whatever you need to fix here. Find yourself being rested on the mat and stabilized. Feet are on the mat with your knees bent, and then your arms are going to extend up. Your palms are going to be up facing in together, and your hands over your shoulders. And then I want you to protract and retract your scapulae. So protract is where you have them like you're trying to round them underneath. And then retract is where you're trying to squeeze your shoulder blades together. And this might feel a little bit odd because you are lying on your back. But imagine what your shoulder blades are doing. So they're squeezing together in retraction and then opening up in protraction. Really important work for your shoulders to keep them mobile and functional and to improve your posture. Reduce pain in your spine or in your back or in your neck or in your shoulders. Now leave your arms so that your shoulders are neutral. They're not going to be retracted or protracted, but I want you to get some engagement and work into them. And then on your inhale, open your arms up. Ribs are going to flare towards the ceiling or the sky as you come through a bit of extension. And then draw your belly in, protracting and posterior tilting your pelvis with your core engaged. Inhale, opening. Exhale, coming in. Let's go again. Inhale, opening. Exhale, coming in. Last one there. Inhale. Feel that lovely space. Exhale, pull them together. And then bring your hands down to your ribs. Breathe in. Feel your ribs expand. Exhale. Feel them come together. This is the same work that we started with. Notice now if it feels any differently than when you started. If you feel different work in your body, different connections in your body. Not with judgment, but just with awareness. And again, go back to something that you can relax, something you can let go of. Maybe the same thing you let go of at the beginning. Just breathing. Fill yourself up. Feel your ribs expand to the front, to the sides, to the back. And then feel them come together. Don't allow the tension to creep into your neck or your shoulders. Keep it away. Keep connected. Keep mindful. Make this your last breath. And then hold on to your hamstrings as you bring yourself up. Come up to a comfortable seated position. Rolling out your shoulders. Dropping your chin towards your chest. Bringing it from one side. And then around to the other. And then bringing yourself up. Open your arms out to the sides. Leave them there in your cactus arms as you rotate to one side. Back to the center. Rotate to the other side. We've moved your spine in all 4 directions today. Rotation, flexion, lateral flexion, and extension. We've engaged your core and activated it. We've worked from your breath. We've worked from your mind. We've worked through your body. Be in your body. Notice how it feels and always try to connect with it through movement every day. Inhale now, bringing your arms up overhead. Hands come together, glide them down, pausing when they are in front of your heart. Pause there. Feed your heart and feed your soul with some kind words. Give yourself a compliment and gratitude for showing up. And let me also give you gratitude and thank you for being here today with me. Thanks so much, and see you soon.